Guys, Effie here. Today I'm going to make this card using our new Parisian Cafe and Chic Happens stamp sets. Now these are new stamps that were released in our new May release. So let's go on and make this card. I'm going to go ahead and stamp this beautiful scene onto some white cardstock that's already cut down to A2 size, which is 4¼ by 5½. Then I took this fun image from our City Girls Chic Happen set and stamped it onto some more white cardstock with our Caviar Copic friendly hybrid ink. And before I start coloring, when I use our Caviar hybrid ink, I like to give the stamped images a little bit of a treatment with my heat gun so that it dries the ink completely so that when I start coloring, the ink does not smear. Now I'm going to go ahead and start coloring in the balloons using 3 shades of purple. So I just chose a light, mid-tone, and dark purple Copic marker. So I started off by coloring in 3 of the balloons with the lightest marker. And then when I color in these balloons, I want to make sure that the balloons that are next to each other are not the same color. Otherwise, they'll just kind of blend all into each other. So you want to make sure that you space the colors out so that you get a little bit more interest from your image. So once I put on that first layer of color, I'm just going to take the darker shade of Copic marker and add shading to some of the balloons that are in the background. Honestly, you don't have to go the extra step of adding shading to this image because the images in the Chic Happens set are fairly small, so you don't have to go that extra mile to add the depth, but you can if you want to. I felt that tonight I had a little bit of extra time on my hands and patience actually to add the shading. Usually I don't, and I get a really splendid result. And I really enjoyed coloring this image. I usually do when I use it because it's really simple, but it's so fun. And it's actually really versatile because you can use it on so many different occasion cards. It's also really easy to fussy cut, unlike some florals which have a lot of kind of ends or points sticking out. This image is so easy to fussy cut, which is what I did for my card. Coordinating dies are not available because we are discontinuing our line of coordinating dies for all of our stamps. We do have coordinating cut files available for our newer stamps, so those are available, but I actually just fussy cut this one once I finish coloring her in because it is so easy to fussy cut. Once I finished coloring in the balloons, I went ahead and colored her hair in using a combination of 3 Copic markers. I colored her hair in blonde. I think this is one of the very few times that I've colored in blonde hair. I usually stick with a nice dark brown or black because it's easier, but today I decided to go for something a little bit different. For her dress, I just used the 1 shade of violet Copic markers. I didn't add extra shading, I just used this 1 single color. And then I used a darker purple for her sash. And then I added the fabulous and chic red bottoms to her shoes. And then I colored in her little bows for her pumps as well. Once I finished coloring, I just fussy cut this image using my Cutter Bee scissors. There's also a little bit of negative space between her body and the balloon strings, and I just cut those spaces out using an Exacto knife and a self-healing mat. And again, these areas were also very easy to cut out. And look how fun and whimsical this image is, and it fits perfectly against our Parisian cafe scene. So now I'll start assembling my card. I adhered my background onto a side-folding A2 card base, and then I popped up my City Gal right onto the scene, and then I stamped my sentiment with our Iris Blooms dye ink onto some white cardstock. I also added the birthday sentiment right under that main sentiment, turning this into a birthday card. Then I fussy cut the sentiment out and popped that up, and my project is now complete. I hope you guys enjoyed today's card and video. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel because I update it on a weekly basis. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time.